And welcome to the Signaturetv News highlight for 6 p.m. this Tuesday. I am Nwabweze Njoko. The founder of the Stanbic IBTC Bank PLC, Atedo Peterside, has criticized the move by the federal government to allow only Dangote Industries Limited to move goods across the border amidst the closure of the country's land borders. Peterside said on Tuesday that government's resolve to allow only Dangote company to operate when the land borders are closed is an economy rigged in favor of a handful of well-connected persons. He further stated that legitimate exporting and importing companies should also be allowed to move their goods across the borders. Senate President Ahmed-Lawan has warned political office holders and policymakers not to pay lip service to youth unemployment, but to take it seriously. The Senate President stated that the concerns of NSAS protesters included the increasing rate of unemployment. He therefore said that Nigeria's budget, especially for 2021, should be able to provide employment opportunities for the youth to avoid another round of protests. Lawan gave the warning on Monday when the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Sabo Nanono, and top officials of his ministry came to defend the ministry's 2021 budget before the Senate Committee on Agriculture. Lawan challenged his colleagues in position of authority to factor youth employment and empowerment into the 2021 budget so as to escape another round of agitations. The Coalition of Northeast Leaders for Peace and Development has accused the Nigerian military of abandoning the Northeast region for NSAS protesters, lamenting that the vacuum has led to the killing of innocent and vulnerable civilians by Boko Haram and Islamic State of West Africa Province ISWAP terrorists. National Chairman of the coalition, Zana Goni, in a statement on Monday, said that proactive intelligence should have revealed the likely lapses to the military high command, and noted that insurgents took advantage of the vacuum to attack and kill innocent civilians. Goni maintained that diverting attention to the NSAS protests gave the terrorists a free rein in many communities, a situation that culminated in many unreported deaths and destruction of property. Goni criticized the military chiefs, saying they have run out of ideas and cannot provide anything more than obsolete strategy. An international economist and scholar, Professor Ken Ife, says the United States, under the President-elect Joe Biden, holds 3 fundamental areas of promise for the Nigerian economy. Professor Ife, who spoke exclusively to Signaturetv in Abuja Monday, projects that under Joe Biden, crude oil price in the international market will rise substantially and increase Nigeria's foreign exchange resource base, making funds available for implementation of the budget. Correspondent Chibeze Obi spoke with Professor Ife on Tuesday. Professor Ken Ife says the likely rise in oil price as a result of Joe Biden's position on the U.S. energy mix will increase Nigeria's foreign exchange resource base and make resources available for funding the budget. He says that as a consequence, the naira will become stronger, making import of essential goods cheaper. Professor Ife also says Biden's administration will be more favorably disposed to endorsing the candidature of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala of Nigeria as the Director General of the World Trade Organization, WTO. This, he says, will improve bilateral trade between Nigeria and the United States.
And then also, continental trade will also receive a boost, because don't forget that these are all part of a subset of WTO arrangements, what we are doing in Africa. Also, what we are doing with European Partnership Agreement, there are what we call plurilateral and bilateral trade agreements under the same umbrella of multilateral WTO agreement. So all of those will see a better playing field for Africa.
Professor Ken Ife hinged his position on the policy promises made by Joe Biden, which include a ban on new oil and gas permits on U.S. federal land, limited support for fracking and investment in green energy. These policies, he says, will reduce U.S. hydrocarbon production and increased U.S. demand for Nigerian crude.
Our exchange rate is predominantly determined by how much dollar we earn from oil. America is the biggest force against the price of oil because of the shale oil and shale crude. So far, it portends good because we are likely to see the price is already over $40. We might stay around that and increase gradually. You know why? Because he pledged that he's going to shut down. He doesn't want the fracking, which is shale oil production, on government land, federal lands in US. He will stop them in the private ones. So the prospect that is going to, he doesn't want them to continue in government land, means that the market sees a potential reduction in the supply of shale oil, and that already increases the risk of rising price. So that's the impact, the immediate impact it's going to have.
Professor Ife has, however, cautioned Nigeria not to place much capital on these opportunities, but rather emphasize the attraction of investment from U.S. into the Nigerian economy. He said that the strength and stability of the South Korean, Malaysian, Chinese, and Hong Kong economies has been the result of American massive investment into those countries.
Secondly, America is a huge investor. If you look at the economies that are growing today, for the last 20 years, they are growing because they are doing business with America. America is investing in those countries. Hong Kong, Shanghai, Malaysia, even China. It's America that opened up these economies. So if America turns to Africa in a very serious way, if it turns to Africa, Africa will transform. You know, because their investment will come heavy, and their manufacturers, they are everything, and they have a huge import economy of over 22 trillion. So they have the capacity to buy, because they purchase actually 60% of what is manufactured in the world.
He has advised that Nigeria should not treat the Biden-era opportunities the same way it treated the African Growth Opportunities Act, which allows African countries to bring up to 6,500 products into the United States without duty, but which Nigeria has not keyed into for any meaningful economic gains. Professor Ken Ife also advised Nigerian economic minders to make concerted effort to move the economy away from fossil fuel dependence and diversify into agriculture, health, communication, and ICT, which can engender intra-African trade. The United States top federal investigator on election crimes has resigned just hours after Donald Trump's Attorney General, William Barr, authorized probes into claims of voter fraud. Richard Pilger, director of the Election Crimes Branch of the Department of Justice, stepped down on Monday from the post he has held since 2010. He handed in his resignation within hours of Barr's authorization. U.S. Attorney General William Barr gave federal prosecutors blanket authorization on Monday to open investigations into voting irregularities as President Donald Trump repeated unfounded claims that he lost the presidential election due to fraud. Barr, a longtime ally and defender of Trump, stressed that his letter to U.S. attorneys around the country was not an indication that the Justice Department had evidence of genuine cases of fraud in the election won by Democratic challenger Joe Biden. Mali's former president, Amadou Touré, has died in Turkey on Monday night, aged 72 years. The former president's nephew, Omar Touré, disclosed that Amadou recently underwent a heart surgery, although he was later transferred to Turkey for intensive medical care. Amadou Touré, a former soldier who led the Sahel nation for a decade before being ousted in a coup, first took charge of the country for a year in 1991, helping to overthrow the previous regime and install democracy. He won presidential elections in 2002 and 2007, but was overthrown in 2012 by mutinous soldiers who accused him of failing to support their battle against both Tuareg rebels and jihadist insurgents. And now for the stock exchange report. Trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange witnessed a fall in both volume and value on Tuesday. The volume of stocks plunged to 578,779,229 from 636,010,098 traded on Monday. This was an 8.99% reduction. The value also dropped to 7,743,000,000 and 89,995.96 from 8,244,000,000 and 52,788, a 6.07 decrease. The oil share index, however, rose from 32,243.05 to 32,243.05, a 1.25% increase, with total deals rising to 765,000 from 721,000. MTN Nigeria was the topmost gainer. Its share price rose by 6.1 naira, moving from 150.1 naira to 156.2. Stanbic IBTC also gained 2 naira per share. The share price rose from 46 naira to 48, a 4.34% rise, and Nascon PLC followed with a 1.4 naira gain per share. This was an increase from 14 naira and 5 kobo per share traded on Monday to 15 naira 45 kobo per share, a 9.96% increase. Dangote Sugar and Adova were other top gainers. However, Nestle lost 21 naira 7 kobo to top the chart among 11 other losers. Other losers include WAPCO, Guarantee Trust Bank, PZ Industries, and United Capital PLC. The second wave of COVID-19 is projected to soar at this time of the year. Please do well to stay safe. Maintain physical and social distance and wear your face masks while going about your daily activities. That is Signature TV News Highlight for 6 p.m. this Tuesday. I'm Wabuz Njoko. Thanks for watching. Good evening.